Is anime actually that different from regular TV shows? Welcome back, everybody, to the Detour Podcast. It is a wonderful day today. Yesterday was Easter, so happy Easter to every single person out there. If you celebrate it, obviously. If you don't, well, I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm having a great day today. I mean, what I wanted to talk about today is something that I quite enjoy, and I got friends that enjoy it as well. So I wanted to kind of talk about anime and go into maybe a little bit of why people think anime is weird, and then also kind of my takes, my favorite shows, just me discussing that point. But before we get into that, I will hit you guys with that weekly catch up. So this entire week has been nuts because I got the keys for my new apartment on Tuesday. This last week, and then I've been boxing and moving stuff all week long. So it's been rough because I haven't been able to work out. I haven't been able to really run. I mean, because as of today, this recording, I ran, which was really nice because I think it was a 10-minute, 11-second mile for 4 miles. Crazy, fast as I've ran. I feel really, really good. But yeah, the entire week has just been kind of, full of moving and stress and stuff like that. But I am glad to find time to sit down and talk to you guys again, as I feel like, we all need to take a step back from busy things and kind of just enjoy the moment. And this helps me enjoy the moment. Let's actually look at, other than Easter, what other national days are for Easter Sunday. So let's see. Good grief. And then I'll do some of the Monday ones as well for today. So we have National Vitamin C Day for Easter Sunday. Get your vitamin C. Eat some oranges, everybody. National Handmade Day. That's nice. Handmake some stuff. DIY some stuff. Jeep 4x4 Day. That's kind of lame. National Love Our Children Day. National Chicken Cordon Bleu Day. National School Librarian Day. Wow. What the crap? All right, this one, National Walk Around Things Day. What do you mean? As if we're not supposed to walk around things on a normal day? I actually do like this one. It says first Saturday of every month, so I don't know why it's showing it for the 4th, but it says National Play Outside Day. So everybody go and play outside. Let's hit some for today, actually, the 5th. First Contact Day. It looks like being on the moon. So let me actually confirm that. When did we land on the moon? So that's bullcrap. So I don't know what First Contact Day is, so let's just forget about that. Gold Star Spouses Day. National Flash Drive Day, in memory of the flash drive, because it really is going out of style. We have much bigger storage units, and I feel like it's becoming easier to have that be smaller. As you guys know, in one of these last episodes, I said I'd eat pizza every day, all day, for the rest of my entire life. Today is National Deep Dish Pizza Day. I want a National Deep Dish Pizza. But I can't, because whatever my grandparents are making, it is what it is. But I'll get myself a mother flipping pizza. We got National Road Map Day, so everybody read a road map. Stop using your phone. Let's skip to see National Go for Broke Day. Not financially, but for other things, go for broke. Why not? Alrighty. Now, let's dive right into the topic of today being anime. I feel like if you don't watch anime, you think it's a bunch of weird, greasy little nerds, virgins, hermits, people who like to dress up and I don't know, are embarrassing. That doesn't embody us as an entire collective group of people, okay? I like to say us because I've been watching anime since I've been in junior high, so probably 13 plus years. So I'm an advocate for it, and it's just one of those ones of you have to find the right one to get you into anime, because if somebody shows you the wrong one and you're not really into it, you're gonna kind of take that opinion and put it on anime itself. So there's definitely the right and the wrong anime for all types of people. Let me see. I have this laid out so it makes it a little bit cleaner. So essentially the way I view anime is it really is just an adult animated TV show. And by adult, I don't necessarily mean you'll see, rated X things in it. But it's more of like if you look at the way like Nickelodeon had Teen Titans, right? Or Teen Titans Go, any of those shows. It's like that, but made for what feels like an adult audience. So sometimes there will be a little bit of like gore in it or, adult references, but it depends on what one you find again. A lot of the ones I like are like action adventure. So, obviously because of Japanese culture and the way that they like to do things, I'm not going to speak for them, but I've noticed a lot of them will always have, there's going to be one person who tends to be like a pervert. There's going to be a lot of chicks, you'll probably see the bust of their boobs. Like, it's just the way it is. So I've kind of looked past that as in like, this is going to be in most animes, but what does the story itself read? I have a hard time watching live action shows. I feel like it just takes too long, and the way it is like, it's not the way I like to fantasize in a way. So when we read books, when we watch shows, we like to escape into a fantasy, and that's what it is. And the way I like to escape is in an anime, because I feel like depending on what you watch, like the first one I remember watching growing up was called Sword Art Online, and it's all about going into like how we have VR. It's like that, but it enters your subconscious, so then when you're in the game it feels real. The way I'm looking at everything right now, that's how it would feel in the game. And basically that one is they get stuck in this game, and if they die in the game, they die in real life, or if anyone pulls the helmet off, they die in real life. So some dude rigged it so that it would fry their brain, and the only way to get out is to beat the game. So that kind of got me into it, because I'm like, that'd be kind of sick. Not in the terms of like getting stuck in like a death game, but being in a video game like that. So I've kind of found different animes along those lines. And I really do feel like there is one for everybody, right? I think I've come across I've watched also quite a different handful of them. I've watched some like cute romantic ones. I've watched some good funny ones. I've watched action-packed ones. Like, it really is up to what you're looking for in a show. Let me actually pull up. I like to use Crunchyroll to watch my anime, and I mean, to each their own, because I know Crunchyroll has had this thing with, having personal information leaked, but yes. So let me go over, I should have a list. Watch list. Okay. Let's see what's on my watch list. So I'll give you some of my favorites. So I'd say in my top 5 would have to be Blue Lock. Blue Lock is an action-packed sports one about soccer or football, wherever you're from. It is sick. It made me want to play soccer, and then I joined an indoor soccer team. So I recommend that one. There's some other good sports ones, like Haiku is another one. But I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily say that's in my top 5, but that's just another really good sports anime to watch, where there's not necessarily, there's some, swooning over women, but it's not really like about where there's busty women or whatever. It is mainly catered towards men in this because it's just a men's soccer team, men's volleyball, but it is really fun to just follow these people, overcome challenges, and really strive to become the best. Another one is Demon Slayer. It is one of the most popular animes currently. That one is so fun because even though it does have those things you'll probably see in lots of animes, like I was just saying earlier, the storyline is amazing. It follows the main character, Tanjiro, as basically he lives with his family up in the woods, and he's coming back bringing wood, and he finds his family's been slaughtered by demons, and his sister's turned into one. Well, his sister's special because she can kind of regain her sense of humanity and have some control over that. So he goes on this journey of trying to become a demon slayer and work his way because he's vowed to take revenge on his family and to do whatever he can to turn his sister back. And it's going through some insane stuff. That's a good one because there's lots to watch of that. So you'll never, you won't run out anytime soon with that. And another one that I really do like is Jujutsu Kaisen. That's another really big one. I'd say my favorite anime. I have a ton of manga because I got impatient when the last season ended. I just needed to read. So there's 3 seasons out right now in a movie, and they're all sweet. It's all about fighting curses. So these guys, basically, you have cursed energy and cursed techniques, and you use those to exercise curses. And it follows the main dude, Itadori, and then you follow another dude, Megumi. And I don't know, it's pretty sick. So I'd recommend that one as well, for action-packed as well. Let me see. I have some other ones. I mean, I'll list some more off. Personally, I like I've been saying, action. So like Hell's Paradise is another really good one that's on my list. I recommend to watch that. That one is you're following an assassin called Gabimaru, and basically in this kingdom, they take murderers and like villains and stuff like that, evil people, and they say, hey, we're gonna pair you up with these samurai to go onto this island to get this like potion of immortality. Well, when you go on there, it's a bunch of wild monsters that just like slaughter you, and nobody knows, so they have to try to survive. It's pretty sweet. The second season, I think it might have I don't know, I think the second season's still going. If not, it reached like the last episode recently, but there's quite a bit to watch on that one. And I'd say my other 5th one, my final one, would have to be probably Initial D. It's not on Crunchyroll, at least that I'm aware of. Let me look it up. This one, I don't know how to spell. Doesn't look like it's on here. It's a drifting one, so it takes place. It's a more realistic one. I mean, like Jujutsu Kaisen does take place in Japan, but it's not realistic with the whole curses thing. But with Initial D, it really does take place in Japan, and it's all about. It's an anime from the 90s. I think it is. Let's see. Initial D. Yeah. It's from the 90s, and it's basically around the drifting culture in Japan. And you follow the main character, Takumi Fujiwara, as he basically, his dad taught him how to drift, and he's one of the best there is. But he didn't really enjoy driving. He just thought, oh, well, this is how I drive for the job of delivering tofu up the mountain. Then he has a race, and all of a sudden it like sparks something, and he's just addicted. He's like, I don't know why, but I need to race more. So he starts on taking some other people and makes friends. Yeah, it's that one I highly, highly recommend to watch, as it's definitely my favorite one. But yeah, I'd say my top 5. Those ones I probably could go back and rewatch, just because I enjoy the story so much that I don't think I personally can get bored. Some other fun ones that I recommend. I'm going to move on to, let's see. I might move on to, let me recommend some movies, actually. My buddy Tanner, the one that was on a previous episode, he helped me with recommendations. And there's actually some super fun, let's see, movies that I've seen. Let's see, where is this? Okay, right here. Okay. Movies. Weathering with You is a really good one. Let me just go over. I'll read it, what it is for you. Weathering with You. Movie. So I'll read what it says the movie's about. Overview. Holy crap, Google's just not wanting to work with me. All right. It follows Hadoka, a teenage runaway in a perpetually rainy Tokyo, when he meets Hina, an orphan girl with the ability to control weather. She's considered this thing called a sunshine girl, which she uses her powers to bring sun, but essentially it's like sacrificing herself to bring on sun until you have to have another sacrifice, right? So they become friends, they fall in love, and it follows the story of them, you know, using that to make money and to kind of like, you know, have the business until she realizes that, you know, she's starting to be able to see through herself like as if she's water, and then she gets taken up into the sky into a cloud where there's no more rain. Well, he does whatever he can to try and get her back because he's in love with her. It's such a cute little movie. I highly recommend that one if you're looking for like a heart-to-heart movie or something super cute like that. And another one that is just like that one as well is Your Name. I remember what this one is about. So basically you follow the main character, Taki, and there's two main characters, Mitsuha and Taki. They're totally complete strangers, and what's happening is randomly they'll go to sleep and wake up in each other's bodies and live the day as the other person. They start to communicate, they start to kind of have this thing for each other, and then randomly one day Taki never has that issue again. Well, it all stems around the fact that this meteor is going to be coming to Earth and pass by Earth, and as you see in the movie, the meteor is the cause of why they can't have that dream anymore. So he's doing whatever he can to try and get that back. And I don't want to say much more because, like, I don't want to ruin it. I highly recommend that one. I haven't seen too many anime movies, but I definitely would recommend those two, other than the movies that come with TV series that I watch. Some other cute ones like that are anime-like. I've seen... let me see if I could view my watch history. Let's see. I gotta go so far back. I watch so much anime, it's insane. Because at my work, I can have something going on while I'm doing my work, so I like to have it going. There's this fun one called Buddy Daddies. So essentially, they're two hitmen that work together, and they're like best friends that live together as well. And they're hired on a hit to kill this guy. So they go kill him, but turns out he had a baby with a woman who until now was like, you know what? I don't want this child. Like, I'm going to get rid of her, send her to her dad, whatever. Well, one of the main guys, he's a blonde guy. He's like, well, I'm your dad. And it's just because he didn't know what to do because they just killed him. There's this little girl, whatever. And it goes on this thing of them forming this relationship with her and then basically becoming like the show entails, buddy daddies, and taking care of this girl and forming a bond and being a family. That one is really, really cute. I didn't really think I'd like it too much, but I don't know. Something about it is like endearing almost. Let's see. There was this other one I watched that it's like a love story one of kind of getting getting everything kind of crossed a little bit, in the sense of this guy goes to high school. He's in love with this girl who's his best friend, but never shares feelings. Then they grow up and he's like, well, maybe I should express my love to her and whatever. But I guess it's just like not going the way he thought it would go. And then there's another girl that's introduced into his life, and he's like, well, I'm focused on this girl. Like, I want this girl. And they kind of end up, coming together at the end. Let me see if I can find it, because it's not on my list. Oh, bear with me. Bear with me. Holy cow. How much have I seen? Why is it going through every single episode of everything I've ever seen? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Okay, I think I went past it, and maybe I wasn't paying enough attention. Oh, Sing Yesterday for Me. So it's a cute one of just these back and forths of everything and kind of figuring out yourself and your life and finding your love. It's a really cute one. I'd say that kind of goes along with those lines as well. Another one that I like that is almost kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. Let me see. How to describe Frieren. So it says a melancholic yet heartwarming character study about an immortal elf navigating grief, memory, and the fleeting nature of human life. I guess that's the best way to describe it. You basically follow this elf Frieren, and she's part of the band of heroes that defeats the Demon King. And it only shows a brief thing of that, and then it shows after, when basically all of her companions are old and some of them have died, and then she's taken on their proteges and they're traveling and stuff like that. And there's some action in it, and there's some, a little bit of romance, but it's very to the nature of like Sing to Me and all that stuff, where it's not as extreme as other animes can get. But it's almost like when you listen to like acoustic music with like birds chirping in the background, the way that feels, that's how the anime feels for me. So I love that one. I think it was nominated Anime of the Year last year. Anime of the Year 2025. No. It was Solo Leveling, which is unfortunate. I mean, Solo Leveling is really good. Another good one to watch. It's an action one, but I really do like Frieren. Let's see. Yeah, I think again, touching back, it's just on what you start with. If you find the right one that really gets you into it, because I think when you think about the idea of watching an anime based off of what you know, it's kind of hard. But once you find that show that really gets you in, it's just really, really good. Let's see. I love watching this type of anime called isekai. So it's basically either you die and you get reincarnated in another world, or you get summoned. I think it can be both. Definition of isekai. Yeah, it really is just another world. So isekai in Japanese is another world. So I love those because it's kind of fun to like fantasize about, if life is just so boring sometimes, to be taken into a world where there's magic and you can get powers and you're, worlds and there's adventure and you meet new friends and like you can really just be a completely new person and the world has just a different set of rules than it does here. Like that's just so fun to me. And I've been watching a bunch of random ones that I've found. Let's see. One of them is Tsukimichi Moonlit Fantasy. That one's pretty good. Again, it's kind of on the weirder side when it comes to anime. There's another one called Campfire Cooking in Another World. So he just uses his skills to be an insanely good cook, and then because of his cooking, he befriends like these powerful monsters that want to form bonds with him to eat his food. That's pretty cool. The Greatest Alchemist, possibly the greatest alchemist of all time. That one's also really fun. Just thinking about having power like that to create things and help people out and, you know, fight monsters, and there's elves and dwarves and stuff like that. That's so fun. So I kind of like that. So I'd recommend Isekai if you're into that kind of stuff. But then you got your traditional One Piece, Naruto, Dragon Ball. You know, people like to put Bleach in that category. Those are really good ones because they're just, I'd say, like, they've been around so long that it's an easy one to get into. There's a lot to watch. So if you're kind of not all about loads of filler episodes, because if, you know, they've gone on so long, there's going to be loads of filler. But I'd recommend those. I mean, I'm recommending any of these. Windbreaker's a fun one. It's basically just a high school about fighting, but they use their fighting to protect like the city or the prefecture area that they're in, and they fight some other schools, and it's just a good one about character growth because you see the main character grow. If you like a little bit of brutal, Chainsaw Man, that one's really good. There's devils, and there's people who basically fight to kill the devils. This guy, he basically becomes friends with the chainsaw devil. So it's like a little dog with a chainsaw coming out of its head and a handle on the back. And he ends up getting cornered by somebody who hired him, gotten beaten up and basically killed and like just destroyed it. And he's left in a dumpster. And the little dog just like, you know what? I'm going to give you my heart, and gives him his heart. And what happens? He becomes a chainsaw man, so he could pull the ripcord out of his chest, turn into like this chainsaw devil, and apparently it's very sought after and like a very, you know, I guess important or popular devil that like the devils want and the people who are fighting the devils want to protect. I don't know. It's very interesting. So yeah, I'd say just, you know, find what you want to watch, what kind of style you want to watch. Action, romance, drama, you know, horror. There's stuff for that too. What you want to watch, and I guarantee you could find something that fits the mold of that thing. You just got to kind of be okay with the fact that there's going to be some weird aspects to it because it's not American made, and that's just how they run things. But once you get past that, it is just so worth it. But yeah, I'd say for you watching or listening, I'd say go out and find one that kind of fits the mold again of what you want to watch. Watch a couple episodes, and then I'd say comment and report back of what you think about that specific show and what show you're watching. And if you want any recommendations, you know, take some off of that, or also leave a comment, and I will definitely do my best to reach back out with the best recommendation I have for you in regards to that specific genre that you might want to watch. But I think it's definitely worth it. The storytelling's amazing. The animation is just out of this world. I mean, they take years to make these shows and spend millions of dollars on the animation budget, and it's like insane. If you like Invincible, which is an American animated show, I'd say this is going to be hot and a spicy take, super spicy. But I think the animation style and the way the storytelling is better than Invincible. Oh, don't shoot me, but it's true. I like Invincible. I'm not a hater of the show, but I think anime is definitely just far better, and you can find so much more in-depth storytelling, and the animation styles are just insane, and fight scenes are insane, the music's insane. I think it's just crazy, and it's great because if you like the culture of listening to authentic like Japanese, you could listen to them and watch subtitled, or you can listen to dub. And I mean, that's also another hot take. I like to listen to dub. I don't like to listen to sub because I like to watch them while I'm doing something else. I can't read when I'm doing that. So to me, to be able to hear what they're talking about and to glance every once in a while I'm doing something, it kind of paints that picture in my head of the show. But when I have to watch sub, it's like I'm like a dog squirrel. Like, I get distracted by things, so I can't read the sub, and I personally don't like it. But luckily, there's things for everybody. But yeah, I'd just say try anime out, or maybe if you want, read a manga. I know in a lot of anime they don't include necessarily everything in manga, but I recommend to just dip your toe, just dip it a little bit into some anime and just kind of wipe your mind clean of what your previous opinion was of anime, and just give it a go. I really do recommend it. And that was really all I had to say today. I mean, just wanted to kind of go on, talk about my favorite shows, kind of geek out a little bit over anime. I love it. If it's not for you, I mean, not everything's for everybody, but that's something I just want everybody to at least give a shot, because I really do feel like there's something for everybody out there. Before we call it for today, I don't have any detour. Nothing really threw me off. And I kind of just gave you my hot takes. I'll run it back again. Hot take number 1, subtitles for anime is the worst way to go, in my opinion. But that's just because I watch them while I'm doing other things. So I'm a dub person. Number 2, I don't actually remember the other thing I said. Oh yeah, anime, I say, is better than... I feel like that's a little targeting to just say against Invincible, against American animated shows. I'm going to say it. I think anime is far better. But to each their own again. So thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I hope if you like anime, this was a good episode for you. But I also hope if you don't like anime, you give it a shot and maybe you like it. But thank you guys again so much for tuning in, listening, and watching. If you are currently listening on Spotify, leave a review. Any review will do good. However, 5-star reviews, let me whisper to the mic, 5-star reviews are the best, because it shows that we're the best up-and-coming podcast that there is, and you guys are the best. But I did want to say one thing. Come on, guys. Listen on Spotify. Listen while you run. Listen while you do something. I feel like people have forgotten that Spotify exists, because I feel like the last 2 episodes were like a dud and nobody even knew that they came out. So listen, and if you watch on YouTube, like, subscribe. Again, comment what anime you're watching, or ask for recommendations, as I'm more than happy to provide them. And I guess just until next time, much love, everybody.